Here he is with us, as promised. Buck Williams is with us here on the broadcast as we celebrate that great period of time in the early 90s for the Blazers.
Yes, it's very magical. Basically, phenomenal players, Terry Porter, Ty Drexler, Ron Kersey. And the thing about it, you know, there's the chemistry we had on the team is just phenomenal.
Now, that's interesting because you came on the scene in '89 in a trade with New Jersey that sent Sam Bowie to New Jersey and a first-round pick that turned out to be Mookie Blaylock. They named a band after him. But you immediately made a difference with this team. What was it about the chemistry? Just like it caught fire.
Well, you know, Clyde Jerome's guys got to the playoffs, got knocked out in the first round. They just had a hard time matching up with Utah. Karl Malone is just a big, powerful. So when I came in, I was able to match up with Karl Malone. I didn't really stop him, but I just held him down defensively long enough for us to win. And I think that was a whole difference in that team when I came out.
Well, boy, that's what it was all about at that time. That was power, muscle basketball, and you better patrol the paint, take care of business in there. You have to have a strong five-man as well, and you guys did.
Yeah, it's interesting watching the game as the game has evolved. You know, the power forward position, for example, it was all about power. Now the game is a finesse, power forward, shooting three-point shot. So the game has really been transformed. But when I played, I mean, you needed that power forward to rebound, defend, and score around the basket.
Buck, do you like one way more than the other? Your power forward days versus today's power forward days?
I like my days. I like to rough it up a little bit. So I think the game has kind of changed, and they want to clean the game up a little bit and show the the athleticism of the game. But outside of that, I really love those banging with Maurice Lucas and those great basketball players in my day. And I'd like to see some of that now. I think the pendulum swung too far to the offensive player. I'd like to see it swing back a little bit to some of the defensive players.
Well, there's still room for a two-point field goal.
Yes.
That's still being
What
done.
is that? What is a two-point field goal now? We don't want that anymore.
Now, you were multiple all defense. What was your key to defending the guys that you just mentioned, Karl Malone, and guys of that ilk?
Well, my whole thing coming to the game, I was going to make the offensive player beat me the way I wanted him to beat me. With Karl Malone, for example, force him to his left, and if he's going to beat me, he's going to beat me with his left hand. And I think as a great defensive player, you have to come out and dictate what you're going to make the offense, how you're going to make the offensive player beat you. Whereas just coming out on him and say, look, you're going to take me to the right, take me to the left. And I think I was really good at that, just kind of dictating how it's going to be beat.
How'd you prepare for that, Buck? As Denny Avdia knocks down the three-point shot. Was it film work? Was it just the scouting report before the game? What went into your preparation to take away option one?
It was a combination of all those things, film work, knowing the different players and what they wanted to do offensively. But coming in, I had my game plan. I knew that they were not going to beat me the way they wanted to beat me. And I think today's game is very difficult because the floor is spread out so much.
Yeah.
Well, Scoot Henderson just got hammered front and back, and he's going to go to the line for two shots as the Blazers can take a lead. Scoot getting to the free throw line with 8:58 to play here in the second quarter. Buck Williams joining us on the broadcast. Take a look at the Blazers down the floor.
Some of the spacing that Buck is referencing, that outside game, Denny Avdia can play small ball 4 and 5 sometimes for the Blazers. So he can be inside at sometimes and then out there knocking down the 3 as well.
It's so unique now with these players. They're so talented. The skill level is very high. So you can take a 4-man and put him out to the three-point line, let him play out there. Whereas when I played, it was more specialized. You're going to play on the box. You're going to shoot a jump shot around the box or a jump hook. Whereas now these players are stepping out on the floor, opening the game up. And so it's a different game. The game really has evolved now.
Now, do you think if Coach Adelman would have said, Buck, I want you firing up some of these threes like Dwight Reed?
I'll probably be sitting over with you guys a lot earlier.
I don't think he'd ever would have said that way.
Right.
If he gave him a chance, and I want you to spend the offseason working on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but that, you talk about that matchup with Utah. I mean, that's Stockton and Malone, that great screen and roll that they had. They had all the variations on screen and roll you guys had to be prepped for. Terry Porter and the Stockton matchup. Those were always great matchups there.
It was incredible because John Stockton had to set a pick on me for Carmelo to come off to the other side, and I just drilled him and just punished John Stockton. I felt so sorry for him, you know, coming to trying to put that pick on me. But he was real tough. It's just some fierce battles we had against the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, there's still room for that kind of physical contact in the league. Lamar knows I'm on this campaign about you got to patrol the paint. And we've got a good one here, Donovan Clingan. I don't know how much you've seen Donovan play tonight. It's too bad he's not playing tonight. But he just gives the Blazers that nastiness in the paint, that toughness at the rim you need.
Yeah. Well, that's what, you know, sometimes watching these young players, like when I played, you know, Maurice Lucas and I were very good friends. But we stepped on the court, it was all out war. And I was like, man, I hate this play this part.
You felt it, huh?
Oh, every night. You know, I got to bed early when I had to play against Maurice Lucas and some of the power forwards in the game. Yeah, the jump, running hook.
Yeah, there it is.
Where'd you learn that hook? Was that in North Carolina growing up or Maryland, or where did you perfect that?
Well, I developed that in college because I had to play against the center position. And I had to shoot over guys like Ralph Sampson and Campbell down and centers down in Clemson. So I had to develop some shots like very high trajectory so he couldn't block my shot.
Well, let's not forget, I saw Chris Dudley in the picture as well. Boy, Duds, you didn't want to be around him. He was all knees and elbows. Yes. Oh, my gosh. Here's Watson to the baseline. Oh, a beautiful two-hand reverse jam for Peyton Watson to give Denver a lead here at 2.
He's a leaper.
Well, you know, I really love what the Trailblazers have done as an organization. They decided to go with the picks in college and kind of build a foundation first. But I don't think there's no easy way to kind of to build a franchise, to build a team, you know, try to circumvent it by going through the free agent market.
Well, or you do it through shrewd trades, as we mentioned, as Bucky Buckwalter did when he acquired you after 8 years coming over from New Jersey, and just instantaneously. I think the Blazers helped me out, guys, but I think they went from 39 to 59 wins. And then, you know, I think it was 59, 59, 6. The winningest team was in between where you got upset by the Lakers in the conference finals. You won 63 that year.
Interesting year, you know, we come in the finals and we playing Magic Johnson. He's on his last leg. But they did a little twist. They put Magic Johnson in the box, and it kind of got us a little off kilter for a while. They were very lucky they came and won a game here in the Coliseum, and we were able to get back on track, and they beat us down in L.A.
Now, you're, as I mentioned, you're 9-10 years into your career at that point. Did you just kind of take for granted, hey, this is going to happen all the time?
You know, I was coming from
hold on a second, Buck. We're going to take a break. I want to hear that story, though, because this is really key to that whole team in the 90s, that era in the 90s. Buck is with us. We're going to step aside.
You need good players, and you need a commitment to excellence.
You always remember the friendships you've been able to accumulate over the years, and that's what it's all about.
More than 10,000 people were on hand to greet the new champions of the West.
The best fans in the NBA!
You fans have been great. Fantastic.
You fans are the greatest, and you make it sunshine every day in Portland for the Blazers.
Well, there's the man in the middle. He was right there next to Kevin Duckworth. Charles Linwood. Buck Williams. Where'd Buck come from?
Well, when I was growing up as a young man, one of the family friends came over. This kid is bigger than a buck. and it is stuck.
And it's stuck.
Wow. I love the name. Yeah. We were just talking about that stretch of 59, 63, 59 wins, conference finals 3 years, going into the finals for, you know, the 2 years and losing to some great teams. Michael Jordan in Chicago, Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, and the Detroit Pistons. But did you guys at any time during that period just say, boy, how special is this? We may never be back here again.
You know, it was special because from day one, it was a chemistry on that team. And we would have games where after 3 quarters, the game was over. You know, I was on the bench, Clout was on the bench, and the reserves played the rest of the game. It never showed you the uniqueness and just the talent we had on that basketball team.
What happened to that team? So after 3 years of that great success, was it an injury situation?
Well, I think at the time the organization just felt that we had made our run. So they started dismantling the team, you know, piece by piece. You know, it's always a difficult call from the organization. You know, when do you begin to reshuffle the deck? Sometimes people feel you reshuffle it too soon. Sometimes feel that you reshuffle it too late. So the Trailblazers made the decision to reshuffle after those 3 or 4 year runs.
Just to get ahead of it. What kind of coach was Adelman to play for him?
Oh my God, Rick was the absolute best. Had incredible people skills. And especially, you know, this job here, you know, I see Chauncey being relatable, being able to understand players, and Rick played the game. So he knew when you were tired, he would understand that and give you, you know, time off practice, and just had a good feel and an excellent coach. One of the best I've ever experienced. But I love Rick.
And speaking of that, you were over at the practice facility, I assume for the first time?
Yes.
And Terry Porter, of course, made the point the other day in an interview that, hey, we used to practice at the community center, at a high school, wherever we could get gym time. So you had to be astonished when you walked into that place.
I couldn't believe it. You know, I thought I was at the Ritz-Carlton somewhere. Yeah, we had the nice meals, the gourmet meals over there. I didn't want to leave today. I said, but we have to leave. We have to get out of here. But it's just phenomenal, the kind of treatment and the way they support and take care of the players. It creates the longevity for their careers, and just the coaching and support they get as far as the players' development.
Y'all walk so they can run, Buck.
Right.
Y'all made it.
I never thought playing at Jewish Community Center that they had these kind of facilities.
You got to battle the regulars for gym time, right?
Right. Yeah.
Oh my. Buck Williams with us here tonight. Denver's opened up a lead of 9. Playing without Jokic tonight. Blazers without Donovan Clingan. And out tonight, DeAndre Ayton. They are without a lot of depth in the middle. And so the bench is going to have to pick it up this evening for the Blazers. Get some stops.
Good defensive stand there.
See Jeremy Grant on the bench. A lot of firepower out for the Blazers tonight.
Yes, his dad and I played together, Harvey Grant. And I saw him when he was 6, 7 years old growing up. And now to see him here in the Blazers uniform is pretty special.
Yeah, that's cool.
Delano Banton knocks down a triple, and Denver's lead here is at 6 with 4:57 to go in the second period. Slipping the screen is Watson. He's denied at the rim by Murray. Grabbed by Kamara. Into front court, here comes to Banton. Slings it to Denny, trailing, open 3, around and out. Rebound tapped up. Murray keeps it alive, and Sharp does the rest.
That's Chris on both ends. He did his best Buck Williams impression to go up and get that Peyton Watson attempt, and then came down here to offensive rebound.
Murray getting his 4th start of the year tonight. Here is Jamal Murray into the lane. Self-check at the rim, but Gordon there to snap it shut. Denver a lead here at 6 with 4:18 to go in the second period. All right, Buck, I didn't want to ask you this question, but I'm going to since I've got you here. You know you're among friends. Now I hit you with the whammy.
Thank you.
You're on the floor in the Jordan era. You're a fan of the game of basketball. You've watched LeBron James. I'm not asking you which is better. I'm asking you from you being 4-time all-defense. How did you guys defend Jordan, and how would you defend LeBron?
Well, 2 different players. You know, I prefer playing with LeBron. He would pass you the ball with Michael. He just had the ability to take over the game. I mean, he's not going to defer to anyone. You know, the 4th quarter need to win the game. He's going to get it, and most times he's going to win it. He's going to win the game for him. And
he's not passing it unless they force it out of his hands.
He's not going to defer to anyone, and I think that's the difference because he's more offensively minded and win the game on the offensive end. Whereas LeBron, he may defer to a shooter, and sometimes he would not look to kind of finish the game. And I think it's the difference in the 2. But I think it's 2 different eras.
Yeah.
2 different time sets. The rules are different.
Yes. Yep.
Michael and LeBron. So it's kind of hard to say really who's the GOAT because you got to have the same rules, the same environment to say, you know, this guy's better than others.
Yeah,
before their era,
if you're able to grab, direct, elbow, forearm, all of that stuff with LeBron on the floor, you got a better chance of defending him, right, in his heyday.
Oh, no question. And people always say,
I'm not saying it's a job done, but
right.
it's got to be, you know, a little easier, right?
Yeah, I think it's the difference. A lot of times, a lot of young players don't understand. the game was more compact.
Yeah.
It wasn't floor wasn't space as much. You had the ability to put your hands on people and steer them and do all kind of things on the defensive end of the floor. And it really made a difference in players and how they played the game.
Well, jump ball called here with 3:06 remaining in the second. Buck, we're going to let you go. We've taken too much of your time. We appreciate it very much, sir. It's great seeing you again after all these years.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You're doing a great job.
Keep reading those books.
All right, thank you. Have plenty of time to read them now.